I carved a kingdom out of velvet and dust, watching the seasons turn to iron and rust. The armchair is an island, the carpet is a sea, distilling the distance between the world and me. The blinds are a filter, a slatted gray screen, for a theater of shadows I've looked at but never seen. I sat in the balcony of my own living room, witnessing the sunlight surrender to the gloom. My children were subtitles on a flickering film, passing through the borders of a distant lit realm. The end of the marriage was a cold weather map, a low pressure system closing the gap. I heard the wind rising, I heard the glass break, but I was just a spectator for safety's sake. I wasn't right and I wasn't wrong, I was just a silence in the middle of a song. I wasn't the driver, I wasn't the lead, I was just a vacuum where the pulses used to bleed. I didn't choose the mountain, I didn't choose the fall, I was just a space against the drywall. I wasn't there, I wasn't there at all. Of holding the breath, a long motion rehearsal for a quiet kind of death. I stood in the bathroom under a flickering white, the surgical pressure of a cold electric light. The mirror is a courtroom with no jury in sight, reflecting a stranger who never joined the fight. A face I don't recognize, a ghost in the grave, unmarked by the passion or the teeth of the pain. I whispered to the silver and the stone, an apology to the marrow and the sovereign bone. I'm sorry to the hours I let systematically pass while I was busy polishing the surface of the glass. Waiting for the courage to put a hand on the wheel, waiting for the permission to actually feel. But the clock is a miser and the account is quite bare. I'm just a terminal inhabitant of the stagnant air. Causality is a lead-colored weight, anchored to the hinges of a phantom gate. No red light redemption, no cinematic end, just a bending of a spirit that I cease to defend. I wasn't right and I wasn't wrong, I was just a silence in the middle of a song. I wasn't the driver, I wasn't the lead, I was just a vacuum where the pulses used to bleed. I didn't choose the mountain, I didn't choose the fall, I was just a space against the drywall. I wasn't there, I wasn't there at all. The street is still moving behind the blinds. The documentary is over, the credits are signs. Sento muito. The light is vacillante, the silence is home. The record is empty, the heart is just cold. I wasn't there, The afternoon is an intruder in the hall, riding long form shadows on the office wall. I've spent my seasons building this retreat, a sovereign distance from the friction and the heat. I used to wear my neutrality like a starch white shirt, proud of the way I could step aside from the dirt, a cynical observer of the tragedy next door, counting the salt stains on someone else's floor. But the silence today has a physical weight, gathering like sediment at the perimeter gate. I apologize to the ghosts whose names I erased, to the features of a history I never quite faced. I thought that safety was a way to be free, but it was just a slow motion unmaking of me. For hell isn't a furnace or a lake of fire, it's the absence of substance on a rusted out wire. I'm a master of the mechanics, a scholar of the strain, but I never had the courage to actually feel the pain. I'm the spectator of a story I forgot how to write, drowning in the vacuum in the middle of the light. I understand the physics of the breaking of the bone, the dialect of the desperate and the rhythm of the groan. But I kept my pulse in a pressurized room, watching the world through a diagnostic gloom. I'm a foreigner in my own hide, looking for a trace of a singular identity in this hollowed out space. The pride I felt in my step to the side is now just the inventory of the places I died. The past isn't behind me, it's not a shadow or a ghost, it's a physical presence acting as the heart. It's sitting right here across the desk from my hands, with a ledger of every ignored and desperate demand, charging a tax on the no and the never, on the choice to be quiet and clinical and clever. The past is the debt collector, counting the breaths of 1,000 little functional bloodless death. I chose not to listen, I chose not to bleed, and now the absence is the only thing I fade. For hell isn't a furnace or a lake of fire, it's the absence of substance on a rusted out wire. I'm a master of the mechanics, a scholar of the strain, but I never had the courage to actually feel the pain. I'm the spectator of a story I forgot how to write, drowning in the vacuum in the middle of the light. My greatest work was the distance I kept, the promises I avoided while the city all wept. The past is sitting here, the invoice is clear. I'm an expert in the mechanics, but I'm no longer here. Absence of substance, mechanics of pain, the spectator is the only thing left to remain. took up residence on the thin white lip of the day, where the noise of the world is a hum that's been folded away. I watch the believers collide in the chaos of truth, spending the marrow and the desperate gold of their youth. I was a scholar of the pause, a master of the sidestep, keeping my pulse in a chamber that the wind never swept. Static as a sentry called from unhammered stone, guarding a perimeter that I never dared to own. I asked the vacuum a question with a stutter in my breath, seeking a footnote in the ledger of a long motion death. But the air is a miser, then the rafters are tight, holding the silence like a blade in the middle of the night. Omission is a surgical, refined kind of ruin, the ontological vacuum where the spirit is strewn. Mortality isn't a virtue, it's a hole in the floor, the cold-blooded logic of an unopened door. I never occupied the field or the fever of the fray, I just watched their horizons turn to industrial gray. I am a vessel that time used to store all its dregs, a statue of salt standing on hauled-out legs. The cemetery of the almost is the city I kept, while the heart of the battle simply staggered and slept. What have I done is a phrase with no weight in the air, just the rattle of a chain on a phantom-built stair. I am the receptacle, the jar, the unwritten page, the only inhabitant of a doorless and comfortable cage. Hell isn't a furnace or a lake made of fire, it's the clarity of being a ghost on a wire. It's the lucid perception that the border is crossed without ever knowing what it was that you lost. No scars on the knuckles, no salt in the vein, just the smooth, perfect surface of an unearned pain. The battle was loud, but I never arrived. I'm just the inventory of the things that survive. Omission is a surgical, refined kind of ruin, the ontological vacuum where the spirit is stone. Not proud of me isn't a virtue, it's a hole in the floor, the cold-blooded logic of an unopened door. I never occupied the field or the fever of the fray, I just watched their horizons turn to industrial gray. The distinction is done, the indifference is on. I'm finding my place in the shadow and foam. The final shadow is a garment of right, the perfect proportions of a long denied night, a receptacular for seconds, a vessel for the void. petrified time of stagnant dust and the ghost of the pine. Cold light slices the air like a surgical knife, revealing the motes of a motionless life. They dance in the vacuum between the wood and the chair, while I walk like a stranger through the unbreathed air. This house has unlearned the cadence of my stride. It's a hollowed museum where a phantom used to hide. I was a man made of glass, a traceless retreat, watching the vibrant world bleed in the streets. A night train passing, a blur in the gray, while my cowardly senses just drifted away. The colors were cruel, they were shouting too loud, so I wrapped my identity inside of a cloud. Now the night is arriving to settle the score with the weight of the things that I chose to ignore. A mineral resignation, a heart made of stone, and the finality of being entirely alone. The clock on the drywall is ticking the truth, dictating the silent apology for my There's a pressure in the marrow, a lead-colored debt for the pulses I missed and the life I haven't met. It's a physical fardo, a gravity of the soul, taking back the pieces of the minutes that I stole. I spent my seasons avoiding the heat and the fray, pushing the distance until I washed myself away. Now the shadows are closing, they're locking the seams, extinguishing the residue of my starch-colored clay. Pulse, pulse, the clock is the judge. The shadow is heavy, it refuses to budge. No voices are rising, no sirens in sight, just the geometry of an eight night. I am bending, I am yielding, I am made. The price of the omission is finally Now the night is arriving to settle the score with the weight of the things that I chose to ignore. A mineral resignation, a heart made of stone, and the finality of being entirely alone. The clock on the drywall is ticking the truth, dictating the silent apology for my Just dust in the vacuum, just light in the crack. The train has departed and it's not coming back. The apology is silent, the night is mine. Alone with what's left. Alone with what's left. I spent my seasons behind a sheet of bulletproof glass, watching the carnage and the local betrayals pass. A silent auditor of the city's many crimes, polishing my neutrality for these stagnant times. I was a scholar of the shrug, a master of the no, safe in the aggressor is home. The aggressor is home. The shadows at the threshold aren't playing with the light. They're the tally of the minutes. I refuse to join the fight. A life of observation, a witness without a stand. Feeling the weight of the gravity in my uncalloused hand. The city is a furnace, but I am bone cold. Trapped in the story that I never actually told. I see the true self rising from the corner of the rug. A monstrous conclusion to a lifelong shrug. The hell I grew in private has run out of room, claiming every corner of the diagnostic gloom. There is a noise at the door, an urgency of bone. The world I neglected is coming for its own. I look at the keyhole, but the tumblers are a lie. You can't bolt the window against a window